if you want to see two buddies fight worse than Donald and Elon because they're always trying to trump each other, but you know they definitely love each other's musk, then go to YouTube and search out at NTTFGPOD. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'm Rock.
And I'm Archie.
Well, our opinions, they might not matter to some, but...
What are you doing in there?
It's a podcast.
Immature, crass, trashy. And those are their good qualities. These poor schmucks are a couple of IQ points away from eating paste. But when it comes to music, sports, and comedy, well, that's all they know. You're listening to
Not These Two Fucking Guys.
Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
Did you see Chef Ann Burrell died? I'm
No,
so devastated. Yeah, 55 years old.
With the blonde hair?
Yeah, like the
You didn't know if she went left or right?
she was married, husband.
What? Really?
Yeah. Well,
I liked her. She was on my wife watched the show that I got into. It was her and another chef, and they would take
worst cooks in America.
Yeah. Yep.
Your sister was on that show.
I had a fucking bullet in the chamber, and I'm like, you want to know what? We don't pull these on the podcast.
What?
No,
What did you say?
Nothing.
Oh, saving for a later date, huh?
I was saving for a later date. When I want to be funny, I'll tell you then. Did she really die?
Yeah, 55 years old.
How did she die today? Wow, you're right.
She was like,
Why? Do we know?
no, it didn't say. They found her unresponsive in her apartment. I looked on TMZ. It's what it said. I was a big fan of her. She had her own like cooking show, like back in the day, like maybe like late 2010s. I know she was like a sous chef for like Mario Batali when he would go on like what's it called? Iron Chef America. You just said she hosted Worst Cooks in America.
Yeah, that's
Really good chef. I liked all the stuff that she made. Sad. Rest in peace to Chef Ann Burrell.
I can't believe one thing.
What? That is not butter?
How are you gonna say I went to the fights? I sat next to Matt, as we just previously interviewed, or about to interview. It depends if this is you guys are hearing this before the interview.
Depends on how Archie edits this down.
How are you not going to mention to the crowd, to the people that listen to us, that you got to say hello to Ari Shafir?
That's right. Yeah, I did. I met him at the bar right outside next door. Shout out to American Whiskey.
Walk me through it. Walk the people, walk the listeners through it. They
so
want to
after
know, how'd you meet him?
He walked by, said, "Ari, what's up? Big fan. How are you? Want to come on a shitty podcast? Give him a business card." Nice guy. Took a picture with him. He's wearing a cool Richard Pryor shirt, actually.
Mm-hmm.
He's hilarious. Really funny. Apparently a fight fan too.
Did you get to speak with him for a minute, or it was more of just like
he was crawling. Yeah, he was leaving the bar.
Okay.
And I stopped him for a quick pic. Not a dick pic, a quick pic.
Was it just curious? Was anybody like around him? Meaning, like, was anybody doing the same thing to him?
At that point, drinks were flowing, so I don't know. I mean, 20 people could have come out to him. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Funny dude.
That's cool though. That's real cool. I mean,
he has a great podcast too. If you listen to it,
yeah,
We Be Trippin'. Kayla Harrison won the women's 145 title from Juliana Pena.
Did you think that was going to happen?
Yes, I did.
That's cool.
Juliana's a really good fighter. Obviously, she was the champ. But Kayla Harrison, just her judo and her takedowns and her pressure, and wound up submitting her. So
her arms are 7 times the size bigger than yours.
Okay. I get it. I mean, do you think so? I mean, do you think? Do you think so?
Fuck, bro.
What about this? That one?
Jesus
No?
Christmas.
Yeah. Let's go. You don't want this smoke, Arch.
You want to know what your arms are perfect?
Here we
like,
go.
Perfect for?
Pipe cleaners.
Just in case if a ball fell in the sewer and somebody had to reach down and grab the ball, that's what your arms would be good for.
Sorry there, fucking Hulk Hogan. My bad. There we go. Yeah, here he is, folks. Seen better arms on chairs.
Yo, Rock.
What's up?
Today's guest doesn't just throw punches, he detonates. He has dynamite in his hands, and when they connect, it's not just a hit, it's an exploding F-bomb. But don't get it twisted. He's got the full MMA arsenal. Chris wrestling, sharp jiu-jitsu, and weapons-grade levels of cardio. Repping Long Island, I say Strong Island, with that trademark never say die heart. He's one of our favorite fighters to watch, and his nickname says it all. Please welcome to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast, Matt The Steamrolla Frevola.
Hey,
What's
thank you
up,
for that
dude?
intro. That was awesome.
That was the first time I ever heard Archie not stutter. That was good, man. Proud of you. The
You
speech
want-
classes are fucking paying off.
I'm drinking water.
There you
That's
go.
There
why.
you go.
Perfect.
Hydration rule number one.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm in training, Matt.
There you go.
I-
You sounded great.
I don't know what I'm training for, but I'm in training, Matt.
So, Matt, thank you so much for coming on. I got the pleasure of getting to sit by you at the last UFC 2 weeks ago in Newark. Your teammate Marab fought. Very cool. It was a cool interaction. You and some guys from your team. The fan interaction, seeing you talk to the fans, take pictures was very, very cool. You've always been a fan favorite. I know that particular building was a very special day for you a couple years before. You were the first guy to knock out Drew Dober there. And it was a fun night. And we've had many fighters on here, but it was the first time I actually experienced sitting watching live fights with a fighter, like hearing your comments and what you guys were chatting about. So how was it like? I mean, first and foremost, obviously Marat's performance.
Yeah, man. It was a fun night. You gotta love how the UFC is always going to the Prudential Center now.
Yeah.
Like every May, they're always coming out with a big pay-per-view there. And dude, Merab is unreal. I mean, he's the best fighter in the world. Like, just he's so unpredictable with his feints, with his movement, with his level changes, and then which impressed everybody, his striking. He outstruck O'Malley.
Yeah.
He landed nice left hook and then I was so happy to see the finish, because that was the only thing Merab's been missing is the finish, and he got it, a beautiful ninja choke, and now he's just living life in Georgia right now. But no, now he was in Georgia for a week, like just doing his victory tour. Now he's in Azerbaijan to corner Nas. He's the man.
Wow.
So I literally didn't know how to pronounce the country. Azerbaijan. That's where your teammate Nas is from, and he's fighting this Saturday.
Yep, UFC Baku.
And that's his home country, obviously. So that's got to be a huge thrill for him.
Oh man, it's huge. His father is like straight from there, and Nas grew up in Brooklyn, and I've been training with him for probably the past like 7 years now, and before he was in the UFC, and he's always been so talented, and then I remember he got his Contender Series fight, and I was like helping him get ready for that Contender Series fight, and we'd always joke around like, yeah, you're gonna bring the UFC to Azerbaijan, and he would say like, yeah, UFC Baku is coming, like before he was in the UFC, and now to see it actually happening I couldn't be like happier for him.
Very cool. Very cool. You talked about his dad. His dad was with him, right? In
Yep.
at that fight, as was your dad, who I want to talk about. I got to meet him. He's a character, the bulldozer, right?
Yep. Yep. The bulldozer likes to.
Bulldozer.
Yeah, he likes to have some fun at the fights.
Yeah, so I was watching, first off, happy belated Father's Day.
Yep.
No, thank
Archie
you.
and I are both fathers, so we know that feeling.
Happy Father's Day, guys.
Thank you, brother. I seen you hitting mitts with your dad on Father's Day. That's a cool
Yeah.
activity.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my dad always likes to mess around. He's got a furious 15 seconds.
There you go.
That's funny. Rocky does have the same thing. He's got the same 15 minutes. Sorry to hear that, pal.
So
Wait, real quick. I saw on Instagram. I saw you and your father like fucking like he's into it, right? He comes to all your fights.
Oh yeah, he's been coming all the fights since the amateur days. He loves it. But he's always, grown up playing football, wrestling, playing lacrosse, baseball. I got a twin brother as well, so
Okay.
my dad was always at all the sporting events. It was enjoying it just as much as we were.
Oh, that's cool that you get to share it with him. That he gets to see his sons play. Well, he gets to see you, fight.
Yeah, man, we've had quite the journey. When I was an amateur, I got to fight in Costa Rica. I fought for like the Costa Rican title down there, and I remember when I got that fight. My dad came, like a couple of my uncles came, a bunch of my cousins came. It was like a family reunion in Costa Rica. Watched me beat up some hometown guy.
That's dope. Very cool. So I'm glad you got like that because like some families could be a little standoffish, like I don't want to see my son get hurt, like that type of thing.
Oh
But,
yeah,
like,
man.
that's awesome that you got that love and pride right there.
I actually know 3 guys at my gym that they're kids and they're amateur fighters, and they hide that they do this to their parents.
oh
And
wow.
and it's just a coincidence that they're all Asian too.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Archie used to hide what he did to his parents, but completely different than fighting. So we can't talk about that on the air. So.
Do you imagine these kids though? They're like they have to like just keep coming up with excuses.
Yeah, I always tell them, like,
I keep hitting my head.
Parents yet? Did you tell your parents yet? And they haven't told them yet, and like a lot, they're good. 2 of them are gonna go pro eventually, and then they're gonna.
Oh wow!
I think they're waiting till till they're good enough and they could go pro, and then they could be like, see,
Yeah.
like I'm good,
Very very cool.
How has becoming a father changed you, if at all, in your perspective in fighting in life?
Yeah, it's made me a better person, a better man. I appreciate all the time that I have now for sure.
Yeah.
Like and yeah, it's just made me a better man. It's really, I'm taking care of him. I'm getting my training in. I'm my wife goes to the city 3 days a week. So those 3 days he's coming with me, and
Oh wow.
yeah, so I bring him to the gym, and I kind of just teach privates with my little guy in his little baby octagon. And
That's fantastic.
yeah, and I love it. I love it. Now I'm really, planning my life around, being around him, and it's awesome.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Who knows if anything ever does happen? But like, I mean, he's seeing it from what? How old is he? What is he? 1? Not even 1.
He's gonna turn 1 in 2 weeks.
So I mean, that's homegrown right there, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
man, he's in it, but he's gonna be an athlete. He's gonna play all sports.
Love it.
And hopefully he's good at real sports.
Yeah.
And he'll play for the Mets.
There you go. There you go. So I see that you're a big Mets fan, and you actually got to throw the first pitch out.
That's
Yeah.
Talk about that. Is that more nerve wracking than going into a fight?
Yeah, I was pretty nervous, man.
Now,
But
you
it's
you played a
unreal,
lot of
man.
college. You played a lot of sports in high school. Like, did you play?
Yeah,
Did you play baseball?
I did. I played baseball all growing up, from like t-ball all the way up until 8th grade. And then
Okay,
when I went into high school, I liked to hit people. I was bored with baseball, and I just started playing lacrosse.
got it. But you
But
you you have
it,
that athleticism that you could throw a baseball. Like some people
oh
like
yeah,
look fucking awkward, trying to throw a baseball.
no, I made it look good, and I
Good,
had the high leg kick,
There you
wind
go.
up.
dope.
But I like, and I threw heat. But it's been a while since I really threw from a mound, and everyone was like, "Oh, throw it higher than you think. It's farther than you think." Everybody was telling me that,
Yeah.
and then I go in there and like I do my high leg kick wind up, and I just throw some heat and I throw it high. And I had my dad was there actually. I had my dad was the catcher, and then my brother was behind him as the ump,
Nice.
and my dad saved me. Like he went up, he like stood up, went up and made the catch. Because if I would have thrown it and it would have hit the backstop, I would have never lived it down. But my dad went up, made the catch. My brother called it a strike, and it was
There you go.
yeah, it was a memory that we'll always have.
That's fucking cool.
I
That's
mean,
so
yo,
cool.
did you see the 50 Cent throw out the first pitch? Like that was
Yeah.
like fucking like that's brutal. That's just fucking brutal.
Yeah, and then I saw McGregor throw out the first pitch too, like threw like sideways.
Yeah. Um. So you grew up a Mets fan, obviously, like through the Piazza era. I'm assuming.
Yep, David Wright, Jose Reyes.
Uh, those were good Mets teams. Archie and I are Yankees fans, and right now, as of this recording, the Yankees have not scored a run in 27 fucking innings.
Yeah.
And the Mets, I think the Mets own the town this year, unfortunately for us, but good for you.
Hey, you guys beat us in that the first series. So
Yeah.
my wife's a Yankees fan, so I get it.
All right, we got to see what your son's gonna do now. What side he's gonna pick?
He's gonna be a Mets fan.
He's gonna be a Mets fan.
He went to opening day this year, so
Nice. Nice. So I saw, I don't know if this is still your same arrangement, but the Frevola compound.
Yeah.
Pop Duke's got his bachelor pad, you said, underneath in the basement.
Yep.
That's pretty wild, though, to describe to the people. It's like his bachelor pad, and then there's like a gym I saw.
Yeah. It's this house has been in my family's generation for 5 generations. It
Wow.
was
Okay.
like a summer house back in the day. And now it's just a big family house. It's right on the water, the North Shore of Long Island.
Nice.
And now it's like me, my wife, and my kid on one half, my brother and his wife on the other half. We got a nice apartment downstairs. My dad's in, and we got another apartment that we rent out to one of my buddies.
Mm.
So it's like right on the water. The front yard is the beach. I got a nice bag set up, a nice lawn up there. So I love like crushing workouts at the house in the summer.
Nice.
It's getting so nice out now too. I got the kayaks, we got the boats. It's definitely a great summer house. We're blessed.
That's
That's
a nice life right there.
That's a cool setup.
Yeah, man. I just got to make enough money to pay these taxes, and we'll be all right.
You got to sell this as a reality show.
Yeah, man.
Downstairs, your twin brother next. Come on, man. That's right there. That's how you pay the house.
That sounds
easily.
like I mean, let's be honest. That sounds like a big fucking house.
Yeah. It's definitely a big house.
Yeah. Holy shit. That's cool. That's been in the family that long, man. So you wanna keep it for years and years to come. Like
Yeah,
your son's gonna have a family there. Hopefully one day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the plan.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I hear that you're a WWE fan. Is that true?
Yeah, I grew up in like the WWF days, The Rock, Stone Cold,
Yeah.
the Big Show, the Mankind, the Rock and Sock Connection.
Nice.
I was definitely like a fan more back then, but I still watch. I do I'm into it.
Yeah. I just saw it on Netflix that like like sitcoms would come up.
Mhm.
The Big Show had a TV show years ago.
Did he?
Yeah. Did you see that? Or no?
No, never
Yeah.
seen.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
definitely. You see the Vince McMahon
The
thing?
documentary?
Is that
Yeah.
guy? Is he in jail yet?
Yeah.
Unbelievably, no. I
No,
don't.
that's insane.
I
Now,
think that's like you have enough money, like you make your problems go away. I don't know.
if you
Yeah.
want to see like a really cool insight about the business, Triple H was on. Do you know who Andrew Schultz is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was on his podcast, Flagrant.
you can't say
Ah, fuck yourself.
flagrant.
And Triple H was on there, and he actually gave like really because like nowadays like they're starting to let like obviously the cat's out of the bag, right? Like whatever, like it's scripted or however you want to call it, but he really gave a good feel for the business,
Yeah,
and
it's I mean it's huge. I got there's a fighter at my gym actually, Pumi Nakuda, and he's undefeated pro 9-0 flyweight, and he's actually fighting I think this weekend or next weekend for LFA. He should be in the UFC. He'll be a world champ, but for some reason the UFC just hasn't signed him. They're really kind of screwing him, and he actually branched off into professional wrestling,
Wow.
and he's doing professional wrestling and he's still training and fightings. And I went to one of like the low level. I think it was called like House of Glory, pro wrestling, and I went and watched Pumi. He wrestled against Matt Riddle.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, it was actually super fun. It was a fun event, and to kind of you know see that world.
yeah, man. As kids growing up, just fucking. I mean, we a little older than you are, but as far as Hogan and the Warrior, like Ultimate Warrior was the fucking man. Like just watching him come down the fucking with, like a steroided fucking headbanger from the 80s with that hair and just like that. Like I loved wrestling back in the day.
The walkouts were the best.
Oh,
I had the WWF soundtrack, and we just all do the walkouts downstairs
and
to the basement, and then power bomb your friend into like the into the couch.
the funny thing as a kid, I didn't realize this, but now that I see clips on social media about Macho Man, like Macho Man's like his interviews, like they're
Yeah.
just off the fucking wall.
Yeah, because as a kid, we didn't know they were on like coke and didn't know what steroids were. They were like literally like time bombs about to explode. We didn't know that. You watch it now and you're like, oh, like, Jesus Christ! My parents let me watch this shit.
Yeah, I know.
It's insane.
Um, so talk about what's next for you. What are you up to as a fighter?
I'm in the gym every day, twice a day. Either training, myself, or I'm coaching a lot right now. But I'm starting to find that balance between coaching and training, and because I know fight camp's going to be starting pretty soon. I'm shooting for the end of the year. I know UFC always goes back to Madison Square Garden in November, first weekend in November. So I got that start, and I'm gonna try to push to make my return at the Garden.
Nice.
Whew.
Now, how does that work? Do you reach out to them like early on now, like, hey, listen, keep me in mind. That's like my hometown, home area.
Yeah, I tell my manager, I tell the UFC that I'll be fight ready in September, but I want MSG in November, and that's my manager's bitch ass job.
And if you had your pick, anybody in the top 15 that you would be looking at?
I, really, I'll fight anybody at the Garden. I want the biggest fight. the highest ranked, the biggest name. That's always kind of how it's been for. I always want the biggest fight possible out there, because everybody's good. Everybody's good. So why not, fight the guy that the people
Yeah.
think is the toughest? So, but I don't know. Thinking about a name. I don't know yet, but we'll get there.
Right on.
How's it looking like throughout the years? Like how many fights per year? Like how many fights do you want to have per year? Like what?
You always kind of shoot for 3 fights a year.
Okay.
But when I was an amateur, I would fight like 4 times a year, like
Mhm.
5 times a year, and then beginning of my pro career, I would try to fight like as much as possible. Uh, but when I was in the UFC, I was averaging like I feel like my best run, I was like 2 fights a year was good for me. But everybody's different.
Yeah.
Um, I always like to fight, in that May at the Prudential Center and then November in MSG. That schedule is on point for me because I love fighting in at that MSG card in November
Mhm.
because it's right before Thanksgiving and Christmas. So you got a big win in the beginning of November. You can enjoy Thanksgiving, enjoy Christmas, New Year's, and then get back into camp. And then I always liked fighting in May, right before summer kicks off. You get that big win, stay jacked and tan all summer.
There you go.
Go back to the beach in Long Island.
Yeah, come
Just
on, can't beat that.
good. It's a great mindset. I like it.
um, yeah, like we said in the intro, I mean, you're like a huge fan favorite, and to me, it's because your fighting style. Like you'll fight anywhere the fight goes. Um, you know, you 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 move forward. Your cardio is sick. Uh, what do you think your single greatest attribute is?
You know, I started as a grappler, um, and then I fell in love with Muay Thai, and then fell in love with boxing and striking and knocking people out. Um, but I think my best attribute is just my fight, my instincts. The way that I use like all the martial arts, my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, my Muay Thai, my boxing, how I use that and mix it uh to use it in the octagon.
Mhm.
And I think that just comes naturally. The way I fight naturally. I've always been a competitor, a scrapper. But now that I'm like trained in these martial arts and these disciplines, the way that you use them, in a fight in the octagon, it needs to be natural. It needs to uh you know just feel right, I guess. And I guess that's did I answer your question?
Yeah, no, 100%. And how far into your career, like, since amateurs on up, like when did you feel like, hey, wow, I'm starting to put, I could put it all together now, rather than like, okay, the fight's here, and then like the transition, okay, now the fight's here, but now you're putting it all together. When was the first time you felt like, oh, you know what? This feels good.
Honestly, my first fight, it came naturally to me. I'm in there and I'm fighting. It's I know how to throw punches. I know how to wrestle. I know how to do jujitsu. And when you're in there, all eyes on you. You got an opponent standing in front of you trying to hurt you. You rely on those instincts, and I had that right off the bat, just being able to trust my training and fight. But I mean, I'm also still working on it. It's
Sure.
like it comes naturally for me to go in there and fight. But now, since I got in the UFC, I'm really trying to be more tactical. Use a game plan. Before I was in the UFC, I never had a game plan. My game plan was to go in there and steamroll. But now,
Mhm.
once now that I'm in the UFC, everybody's is good. So now I gotta, have a game plan, look at his weaknesses, see where I'll have the highest, uh chance to win, finish him. And but that even that, that doesn't always work out. You get punched in the face, sometimes you forget about the wrestling. But
Yeah.
that's like it's a work in progress, and every fight you just try to evolve from that and find that flow state.
Hmm.
Obviously, you come from an amazing team, Sarah Longo, world champions, Chris Weidman, Marab, Aljo, Ally Quinta was out of there, right? And then you have Nas. What and I always see interviews about with and about uh Ray Longo, and he seems like he's like a salt of the earth guy, and everyone that all his fighters say, yeah, it's a family, it's not just a team. Like we're people say it, but like we live it.
Yeah, 100%, man. And that's how it is, at this at Longo's Sarah Longo team. When you're with us and training with us, and there's a lot of people that come and they train for like a couple weeks and you never see them again. But you'll see the guys day in and day out. You bleed together, you work hard together, and you pick each other up when we're down, and you make sure they're you bust their balls when they're too high. um so it's a great team, and it's a great environment, and it's definitely produced multiple champions, and more champions to come.
Yeah, again, being able to sit by you guys, I caught just a little glimpse of like your interactions, and it was just cool. It's like it just seemed like guys that generally like each other's company, and like talking about the fight game, and hearing actual active fighters talking about a fight while you're watching it. It really was an amazing experience. So I appreciate all of you being very very nice. So
Yeah, it was a fun fight night, even though the UFC usually gives us better seats. I was kind of pissed about that.
gonna
I
put
mean,
that in the complaint box.
I
I mean,
know. Well, usually they always put the A-list fighters like right on the floor, like
Hmm.
all like the famous fighters. But then they put like the B, like C list. It's usually right behind the press area, and it's
Hmm.
like eye level to the cage. So I always like love going there, like going to fights and sitting there because they're the best seats in the house. But I guess for that jersey card, like Trump was there and they needed more seats or something, or they gave those seats to like the TikTok influencers or something.
Nah. That would I tell you though, with Trump being there, the security, like Arch, when you walk in, you're not getting like wanded by like the people that work at the Prentice. They're getting wanded by like Secret Service. Like it was, and
really.
people, and it's just crazy. I see people like not talking shit to the Secret Service people, but like give like they're there for your protection, like, and they're giving them a hard time, like having to empty their pockets out, getting pissed off. Like, wouldn't you rather feel safe like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It blew my mind, but crazy atmosphere.
Crazy atmosphere, and you got to sit with a celebrity too. I mean,
Yes,
come
I
on.
did.
I mean, I hope you weren't bugging him out like fucking, like
You know,
No, man, you
gawking
you
at the
were
guy.
you were super cool. Like I didn't even know you were deep in the MMA game.
thanks, man. Appreciate it. Listen, it was just a really fun night. So
Good. Yeah, I did a little dive on your IG, and I saw something that I really liked. It was some gummies.
Oh
I
yeah,
saw some THC.
yes.
Nice. Tell me about it. I'm a user. I guess is a hi. My name is Archie. No, but
No, good
like,
good old cannabis. Yeah, the cannabis has helped me out a lot. One of
how has it actually?
like I just got home. I got home from training and I just ate a gummy myself, a
Yeah.
good matter gummy.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna, after this chat with you guys, I'm gonna go and clonk out and have a nice sleep.
Yeah.
nice.
Um but yeah, I don't like to. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do nothing, but
Mhm.
I definitely like the cannabis, and I'm trying not to smoke as much because I'm trying to get in shape.
Yeah.
But the gummies are my favorite, and then they also one of my sponsors is Pharmacan, and they have a bunch of different products and stuff. Like the Matter gummies are my favorite, and then
Mhm.
they have a vape. The Magnitude vape is awesome. But then they have this powder. It's called Fusion powder, and you could put and they have little packets, and
Mhm.
you just pour the powder into any drink, and it makes it like a 10 milligram like drink.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah, and I'd be like I just poured in my water, and I call it my weed water.
Yeah.
I like pour it right into like my shaker,
There you go.
and so I just drink some weed water, and then
I was gonna.
I'm looking at things a little bit differently. I'm appreciating life a lot more, and
Nice.
I mean I like to think that I'm a more enjoyable
Mellow.
person, but my wife might tell you different.
If I had that, I would be like, "Oh, this is what they call this the roofie."
Archie just drinks bong water.
Nice.
So my poison is like I always smoking. I like smoking because it's like the quick, right? But like with gummies, I'll take one and I'll say to myself, I don't understand like when like one day it'll kick in and then the next day it'll kick in a little later and then all of a sudden I'm like, uh-oh.
Well, that's because
Here we go.
you're probably doing different kinds of gummies. That's
Yeah,
why I like try the
I will.
Matter gummies, and they're always like one of them is 10 milligrams,
Uh-huh.
and they're always perfect. And I always know like one of them 10 milligrams. I'm not like dummy high. I'm just I'm perfect.
Yeah. Where do they sell those? Like we're in Jersey. Like how would I get those?
They have them at a bunch of dispensaries.
I'll look
But
it up.
yeah, I think you might be able to find them on my Instagram
Okay.
somehow.
All right. Yeah, Rocky likes to play a game with on the podcast called Dummy on a Gummy. So
Ah.
so
Archie
they
takes a gummy. I ask him fifth grade level questions.
Sometimes you need to get gummied and dummied.
Yeah.
That's it. Before we let you go, what's the go-to place? 'Cause me and Archie, obviously, I think we're all of Italian descent. What's the best Italian place? What's your go-to Italian place out on Long Island?
I'm going to Sinelli's all day.
Yeah,
Sinelli's in Rockville Center.
Sonelli's.
I'm getting well, if I'm going to sit down, I'm getting the chicken parm. I'm getting the chicken parm all day, and then nice vodka grandma pie maybe as an appetizer.
there you go.
Bring the and then down some chicken parm, and I'm a happy guy. But yeah, Sinelli's is the best.
We got Arch.
All
We got
right.
to check it out. That's gonna be one of our stops. So
Let me know. I'll meet you guys there.
definitely, dude. Thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us. We'd love to have you back on when you get closer to November fight or whatever you want to talk about. Where can everybody find you online?
Yeah, find me Steamrolla MMA on Instagram and all Twitter, and yeah, I'm definitely and then check out my YouTube, Big Body Steam. I'm doing fight vlogs and trying to get the YouTube going again.
Good.
And yeah, man, we should have fight news, soon enough. And as soon as I get fight news, hit me up and we'll talk again.
Oh, definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah, because once right now I'm still kind of right now I'm still coaching and training. I'm in shape. I'm still sparring right now. Everybody who's got fights coming up. I'm always helping them and sparring them, and kind of just figuring out my schedule to really get like a fight camp going. And it's gonna be soon. I'm ready. I'm ready to get in the fight camp, but
Dope.
it's all in good time.
Well, we're ready to see you back in the cage. Thank you so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
We'll be in touch.
Thanks, Matt. Good luck, brother.
Matt The Steamrolla
guys.
Frevola. Thank you so much.
Later, fellas.
Be good.
Woo-wee. That was fun.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
That's really cool that you got to sit next to him, bro.
Yeah, watching him, the teammate Nas, Dennis, they just talking about the fights and hearing like from a fighter's perspective, from an active fighter's perspective, and like just nice enough. He didn't have to talk to me, like, but we were just shooting the shit about the fights and like
Probably didn't want to.
Yeah, he's probably like, fuck. He's like, goddamn, the UFC giving me these tickets next to this jerk.
He's definitely like his boy was like, my man keeps looking at you over there. No, don't worry, Matt. He doesn't want to fight you because I'm looking at him. He's not gonna want to fight you.
He's had to hear me losing my bets on FanDuel all night long. It's his dad's a good dude though. His dad was with him. Very, very good dude.
Nice.
But yeah, I have, as you know, we have the utmost respect, and I think first and foremost for mixed martial artists. I mean, it's a team sport, yes, but when you go in there, you're by yourself.
Oh yeah.
You're going in there, you're stepping foot in there and someone's essentially trying to separate you from consciousness. And you would think it's kind of like what we experience in music, right? The kind of music we play, like heavy metal or whatever have you. Like people think it's like, oh, these people are like not good people and this and that, but like most of the people you meet are like sweethearts. And he's like an example of that, where like one of the nicest guys you'll meet, but he will kill you if he has to.
Isn't that the craziest thing?
Yeah.
A dude that I talked to the other day, he's like, "Oh, I saw your podcast. You have a lot of fighters on there." I said, "Man, oh man, it's funny. UFC, just MMA in general, fighters are just some of the nicest guests we've had.
Yeah.
Like musicians are cool as fuck because you're into music, but some of them, you're like, oh
yeah,
this interview is gonna be a good time." But like MMA dudes are they're just. I think they know that they could separate someone's head off someone's shoulders at any given point. So why not be nice?
Yeah, like, you know what? I'm gonna use my power for good. What?
Well, Rocco. With that being said, what do you have to say to the people?
If you just heard us talking to our boy Matt The Steamrolla Frevola, whether you're listening to country rap or rock and rolla, you're slamming down a Jack and Coca-Cola, and you're listening to two guys who make no payola, then you just listen to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
We out.
Why did my microphone just fucking change?
Is your mic transitioning?
There we go. Look at this guy. The mics are on and you're being funny. What's the occasion? You gotta cut this.
Oh, you froze.
Yeah.
Actually, he didn't freeze. He's just stuttering.
Yeah, stuttering brick.